Did anybody else notice this about Taylor Swift's appearance on Travis and Jason Kelsey's podcast, New Heights? Her first ever podcast appearance. So I was watching and I was like, she is making eye contact with us through the camera. Like she's looking down the lens of the camera. And if you're watching it, I'll show you in a second, Jason is looking more down and so is Travis. They're looking at each other on the screen. And clearly in Travis and Taylor's setup, there's probably a camera above the screen. So like they're probably over Zoom or one of those programs. But like they have a nicer camera, so it's above the screen, and she's looking directly into that while they're looking at the screen at each other, or maybe themselves. And I feel like, to me, what that tells me is probably two things. One is she's talking to us, really. Like that's her appearance is so that we can hear a lot of these stories from her mouth and just like, get to know her better that way. But the other is that this is her first ever podcast, and she's so used to like filming music videos where you look directly into the camera, filming maybe an ad, maybe certain types of interviews where you would like look directly at the camera because you're talking maybe virtually to Today Show or whatever it is. I don't remember now. But in podcasts, usually you're just sort of like, it's more relaxed. You don't have to look directly into camera. You're looking at each other over Zoom. But it's just so funny that because she's so media trained in a specific way and podcasts are new for her. Look at this. Look at this still. So Jason looking down, looking at the screen. Travis looking down. Taylor looking right at us. And that was the whole time, basically. And I kind of loved it. Like there were a couple times you could see they were like looking at off camera or whatever, but I just thought it was a fun little detail that I feel like nobody's really talking about. And it makes sense because, again, it's her first time on a podcast. But I also like to think that it's because she was talking to us.